Welcome back to Kohler Bluff Dynasty here on the channel. I hope you've been enjoying the series, or hope you enjoyed the first video of the series. Go watch it if you haven't, but we're here episode 2, week 5 actually. But I did what I said I was going to do, change the team actually technically, but it's still the same team. New logo, new uniforms. We have Darius McClain going to start for us. Ethan Redding going to be our backup quarterback. Daniels is just not good enough. I did change exactly what I went after in Recruiter. I actually made it a little more closer to what we're actually going to be focusing on for our first recruiting class. So that's the only thing that really changed was the uniforms, the logo, and the how I spent our first bit of points. So that's all the same. We can actually take a look at recruiting right now. Technically, we have 2 players who are deal breaker playing style because we're not actually very good right now. I guess we can't run the football and our defense isn't very good. So we have a linebacker that's like, I don't get that, honestly. I feel like the whole point of me trying to recruit you is that I want you to come here and be better than what I have. So of course the playing style would change, but whatever. So here are the uniforms. The only thing that's really different is maybe the colors. But apart from that, they're pretty similar, and I think they look really good, actually. I think we did a really good job on this side. I changed the blue. I went to a more brighter blue instead of a more darker navy blue. We have a blue helmet now, too, that I think looks really cool. Before someone asks, yes, that actually is technically the Michigan Wolverines helmet. The only thing that's different with it is instead of the hat having the M, I turned it around to be a W for Wisconsin/Wolves. And that's it. So we're taking on Toledo, our first MAC game, our first MAC opponent of this season. It's going to be Toledo. And I'm not sure what to really expect here. You know, these MAC schools aren't very good, but we're way worse than all of them. So it's going to be a real challenge, I think, for us to try to get wins and, you know, try to just play defense. But right there, we were able to kind of play defense pretty good. Able to get a stop right there, turnover on downs, and out would go Darius McClain. So his first start, he's the freshman quarterback. We come in here, 3rd and 5, trying to just throw a drag right here, and that ends up being dropped by Scooter Page. So Scooter Page likes dropping the football. We come back, 4th and 5. We're going to find Holbrook underneath. Move the chains right there. And we come back now, another 3rd and 8, and we're just going to try to fit that in right there. Can we do that? We do get the ball to the receiver, but he ends up dropping it. So going to have to take a field goal attempt here. This is going to be a 43-yard field goal, and that's going to be good, honestly. So there we go. Pretty good, I would say, opening offensive drive. I have to get the turnover on downs, but either way, we come through, get a sack right there. 3rd and goal coming up. Nolan Schmidt with the sack, bringing down their quarterback. I have some history with Toledo. In one of my series I did on a previous channel, I believe Toledo was just a very tough team for us to beat. We were just kind of going back and forth constantly with them, and they get a touchdown right here. So Toledo takes the lead here with a touchdown, and coverage just couldn't hold up forever. So I'm trying all sorts of things to get some pressure on this team, and we make a good play on the run right there. And whoever came to help me make that tackle screwed it up because I ended up allowing him maybe to get back to the line of scrimmage. So we come back again, trying to get some more pressure. We just get there late, and we do stop them from getting to the end zone at the 3, and they are just going to take the 3 points right here. Not going to go for it. And they make it. They make that field goal. They extend the lead out a little bit here. Still the second quarter, 10-3, 3rd and 7. And again, coverage just doesn't... Or the coverage, you know, the coverage held up, I think. What happened is we just couldn't get pressure. And when you can't get pressure, you just give up too much time like that to quarterbacks. They're going to dot you up. And that happened again right there on that touchdown. So seeing the issues that we have here, and it's going to be defense. We got to get this defense right, because I think offensively I should be fine. Scooter Page does make the catch that time. Tries a spin move on no one. No one was buying that move whatsoever. So we come back again, 27-3 here. Darius McClain. And we just throw one up here, trying to make a play, and that's going to get picked off. And, yeah. You know, I'm not too disappointed about the interception, if I'm being entirely honest. You know, late in the game, down a bunch. at some point you just got to take shots to the end zone to make something happen. And we tried it, and it didn't work. So we come here, 4th and 9 here. Darius McClain, he has a little ice on him. We throw it up here for Rivers. Jamal Rivers, it's in and out of his hands. And Jamal Rivers could not come up with that one. It's just kind of one of those days where, you know, you're going to need these big-time plays, and you guys just can't make them. So time winding down here, just trying to get into the end zone to make it look a little bit more respectable, I guess, is what we're trying to do here. And let's hag the ball, going to run it in, and there we go. We get the touchdown. So we do get a rushing touchdown on the day, you know. So, you know, it's not great. It's not great. Getting blown out by Toledo. But it is what it is. You know, it's those first year struggles that, you know, I expected. I expect us to have these struggles. Take a look here at the stats. Darius McClain, 18 of 41, 151 yards, 2 interceptions. I threw one of those. He must have threw the other one on his own. But rushing attack, just nothing, you know. Darius McBride had a touchdown. Deshaun McBride had a touchdown. And, yeah. And then receiving-wise, you know, not particularly great. A lot of drops. 6 drops overall on the day for this team, so that's just not very good. We did get a sack here. Nolan Schmidt with the lone sack. He is a 61 overall. Like I said, this defense, this is where we're going to really struggle, and this is why I like doing this series like this, because, you know, I kind of can recruit 2 and 3, like 1, and I can recruit 1 stars if we were desperate, but we can recruit 2-star prospects and be happy to get them, because they'll probably be immediately on the level of our starters, maybe a little bit better at times. So Chester Britt from Heartland, Wisconsin is our first commit in this series. He is a left guard. There we go. I believe we did have a play style issue with him, but we'll see if we can get that righted. Get that on the right track. So we still got some more recruits here. We're doing pretty good on most of them because, again, they're 2 stars. If I can find, we got a 3-star that we're doing good on as well. So, you know, that's where we are right now. That's going to be our big wins. It's going to be 2 and 3-star recruits. 3 stars particularly will be our big win. So we coming on here to take on Central Michigan, and, you know, able to get a sack, not a sack, but able to get a good play right there. That's the fun thing about this conference, is we do get to play these, Eastern, Central, Western Michigan schools, which are all not very good. They're a little closer to us overall wise, so, you know, we have some opportunities to get some wins here, and we make a good play right there, and we're just going to force the field goal from them. So 4th and goal. This should be a chip shot field goal. Should make this one, even though college kickers, they do miss. They don't miss that time, so they get the make right there. This is a different stadium than what we had last time as well, and someone will probably ask me how come I'm not using the custom stadiums they have. We get a nice run right there from Deshaun McBride. There's something broken with the custom stadium weather, and they've never fixed it. So that's why I'm not using one of the custom stadium. That's why that linebacker made a really good play right there. Either way, we get the touchdown right here early in this game, and we end up taking the lead here, 7-3. So things going a little bit better in our second MAC game. But now their quarterback's going to keep it, and no one's going to be able to get to him, and he's just going to walk right into the end zone. Touchdown, Central Michigan. The Chippewas get on the board. So going to come back again here. Keeps it himself again, and we might be the one school where he can just run all over us, honestly. I mean, we just do not have any good athletes on defense. They pitch it this time. No one's able to get out to the running back, and we give up another touchdown. And this kind of feels like it's not going to go our way. 3rd quarter here, winding down. Someone must have been offside. So we just throw this one up here. It's going to get intercepted, but it's coming back. That's why we threw it up, because we saw that flag. We saw that was a free play. So offsides, we'll take it. Going to just throw it up when we can. And so the drive stays alive. 1st and 5. Going to be a handoff here to Bailey. Bailey going to get into the end zone. Touchdown. Kohler, Bluff, the Timberwolves get another score. I just noticed that MAC logo eats into the Wolves logo that we have on the front, so that's very annoying. I didn't know the MAC logo would do that. So we come back, another drive, 14-7, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And Chile able to get the first down. That's a big play for us right there. Now we're going to come back 1st and goal at the 2. And defense can't hold up. Or they can because they get a drop. But there is going to be a hold on this play. And I don't mind holding in these video games down here in the red zone personally. Just because I feel like in these video games it's better to have more room to operate just like this. And there we go. McBride gets a touchdown. And we are going to retake the lead here, 21-17. The Timberwolves taking the lead here to Sean McBride. I knew if we just had enough time, and that time we did. Coverage was stretched a little wide right there. And, yeah, able to get a touchdown. So we come back here, 21-17. We're going to try to fit that in that line. But I think that's a safety, actually. Makes a play. That's just a great play. I mean, there's nothing else I could say about that. I thought we had a hole shot right there. And that safety just, you know, just able to make a read on that and just take it. And their quarterback decides to slide down instead of trying to get the touchdown, which I appreciate personally. They're going to hand it off this time, and we're going to bring them down. 3rd and goal coming up here. They need a touchdown. Field goal does not help them. And great play right there by our linebacker, and they are going to go for it. I would expect them to do this. 4th and goal here. And if we can get to him, and we do get to him, bring him down with the sack. And we are going to take over here, and we are going to try to run this football out. They're going to call a timeout right there. And the only difference is the same as you can see, it says Go Navy. This is the Navy Stadium. So we do get to the outside right there, and we get brought down. I kind of wish our outside receivers would block a little better. But 3rd and inches here, going to be a draw play. We're going to pick up the first down. And there we go. Going to get our first MAC conference win against Central Michigan. And there we go. So we beat Central Michigan. We get our 2nd win of the season. This time we beat a real school, not an FCS school. We beat an FBS school for the first time in our school history. Deshaun McBride, 24 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on 6 attempts. You know, is it the greatest stat line in the world? No. Is it the stat line we needed to win this football game? Yes. And I appreciate that. So we get a nice win. And there we go. So we kind of get our season, I don't want to say back on track, because I don't know what the end goal of this first season is. I would say just be competitive in some games. You know, we won 2 games. Touched 3. And I threw 1 of those interceptions. I don't know what he was doing throwing 3 of them. Darius McClain struggling a little bit here in the sim. We see Deshaun McBride and Marcus Bailey both having rushing touchdowns on the day, and then the receiving touchdown, it was also McBride. So he's doing it in the rushing game, and he's doing it in the passing game. Only 1 drop in this game, which was by Chili McLawler, and that's a little disappointing to have. But you know what? We had 6 drops last game, so I'll take a game with only 1 drop. 2 sacks on this game, 1 from Marcus Jenkins, and Wozniak able to get a sack as well. No turnovers. I don't know if we're going to be able to really get too many turnovers with the corners we have on this roster. We're going to have to get lucky. So we do get some more recruits. Right tackle Jalen Jones out of Detroit, Michigan. He ends up committing to Kohler Bluff. And we get Brian Gideon. He ends up committing to Kohler Bluff as well. And we get a 3rd commit. It's Colin Webb, wide receiver out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, you know, working our pipelines, and yeah, doing pretty good right now. Brand exposure is a F, which I expect it to be. Don't expect it to be very high. But Frederick Lofton, another player that we're looking at here. And we're going to go in here and look for some other players. And DJ Rashad, I know most people stay away from JUCO guys, but we're in a weird position where we can go after these JUCO guys, and they would make an impact on our team. That's what I like about doing these super low overall schools. This guy is going to make an impact for us, and we're going to go send the house on him, get those 50 hours in. And then we found another player here. It's Joseph Montgomery, and you know, no offers, 3-star. yeah, we're going to take a look at him, make a run at him, see if we can maybe get him to commit to the school. You never know, but, again, we can't go after a million players at once. I think a lot of people I think people already know this, but you kind of keep it small. You keep what you're going after small, and you try to win the battles that you can win, and hopefully we can get some good stuff in the transfer portal for some maybe lower end players who should be able to just kind of come right in and be good for us. So, taking on Miami of Ohio, we're going to be wearing the all blues in this one, and I think that helmet looks really nice, and we get a rushing touchdown right away. So, doing pretty good right here, actually. Starting to find a little bit of an offensive rhythm here in this dynasty, but it's coming in conference play against teams that are not that good. So third quarter here, 7-6, Miami of Ohio, and that's going to be 4th and 1 right there, and they're going to kick a field goal. Big third down stop. I'm going to let, I'm not going to play every moment, but this looks like the CP was able to make a stop themselves. So we're going to come back in here, and we're going to have to try to get a score here. A touchdown would be preferable, honestly, but I'll take a field goal to take a lead. But we come back here. Jamal Rivers, haven't called his name a lot in this episode. Just has not really made a lot of big impact plays, at least in the passing game. We just haven't had too many of them. This time I maybe had a guy underneath, but that corner route looked pretty good if we just had some time to throw it. So we're going to come back again here. 3rd and 8, and we're going to throw this one, and that's going to be a drop by Chili McLawler. 52-yard field goal coming up here. And you see I'm stressing about this one, but I think we hit it perfectly right here, and that's up, away, and good. And we're going to take a lead here off a 52-yard field goal. I feel like a school like us in college, that's a pretty big make, honestly. So they can still take the lead here with a touchdown, obviously, but it'd only be a 2-point lead if they were to get a or get a field goal. So we could drive back down the field, get a field goal, win the game if we had to do that. So a little bit of a read option here. He breaks a tackle. This quarterback's just running here, and we do bring him down. Honestly, if I was thinking, I would have just let him score. Daquan Finn making a nice play right there. So they come back, I formation, play action look here. Finn going to find his man, and we end up dragging him forward a couple yards. I hate that animation. I also don't appreciate the one guy who was crashing down who didn't even bother tackling him. And we get another tackle right there, but he's going to be at the 1, and they're chewing up clock here doing this. That's kind of annoying. Little read option. I think that was an RPO. And just throws it out, flips it out. Sawno's covering that guy, and they get a touchdown, and they take the lead. So they're going to go for 2 here, and, they're going to get it pretty easily, honestly. So we have to go get a touchdown to tie this game up, or potentially get a touchdown and go for 2 to win. So we're going to get the corner out. This time we do get that play to work. It's Jamal Rivers, big play right there, gets shoved out of bounds. And we are in business here with 1:43 left. We have all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10. Going to take a shot underneath. Keep the clock moving. 2nd and 3. If we're going to score, I don't want to give them too much time to go and answer with a field goal and try to retake the lead if we do score. So, 1:28 now. 2nd and 3. McLean looking underneath. Going to find Scooter Page. Picks up the 1st down. And we're going to keep it moving here. Darius McLean, no interceptions on the day, so that is a pretty good positive for him. Throw this one underneath Scooter Page, and we're just going to go down. We're going to go down because I want to take more time off the clock. It's not a given we're going to score, but I feel like this is the best thing to do. We take some more time off the clock, leave it to around under 40 seconds. We get the touchdown. This is where I make a potentially boneheaded decision. I decided to go for 2 here. We do get the catch, but Scooter Page can't get in, and we're going to be just short. So now we have to go for the onside kick. We do have all 3 of our timeouts, but we go for the onside kick. We get a good bounce right there. 2 guys go for it, and they both, or one of them comes down with it. That could have been great if neither of them got it. And we're going to end up dropping this one to Miami of Ohio, 17-16. We could have played for overtime, but I decided not to play for overtime. I decided to play for the win, and I don't regret it. So here are the stats on the day. 24 of 39 is Darius McLean. A really good game, honestly, despite there not being any touchdowns. It's probably his best game as a starter. Deshaun McBride, Marcus Bailey, both with rushing touchdowns on the day. Very disappointing. Maybe I should have tried a different play call. If I think back on that play, the further outside slant might have been open, but I kind of made a pre-read to throw at the page on that play, and I probably shouldn't have done that because I think I had another guy open, and we probably could have converted that. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I can't be too disappointed because we're still probably punching above our weight despite the fact that we are in the MAC. You know, so it's one of those things where it's just kind of, it is what it is. Defensively, again, you know, we got 2 half sacks, no turnovers. So that is very disappointing that we just cannot buy a turnover right now. We get another commit, though, and it's Frederick Lofton from Heartland, Wisconsin, right guard. And that's the only commit we got, but we are in first place with a 3-star linebacker, and he is up to his top 3 schools. So that is very good for us to kind of potentially look at closing out that recruiting battle. But going to be taking on Ball State here in this one. They're not too much better than us, so it's one of those situations where I feel like we should be able to get a win here. I mean, we should be competitive and try to pick up our 3rd win of the season. And here is Bailey with a big run right there, and Marcus Bailey having some success here in the running game, and we had a lot of success in this game taking on Ball State. Seems like their defensive line was not very good, so we were able to just kind of run the football almost at will, honestly. So 3rd and 3 here. I'm talking about running the football at will, and then I come out throwing the football, but you gotta throw it sometimes. You gotta keep them honest. Jamal Rivers with a nice play right there, underneath route, able to do something with the ball after the catch. So we come back again here, 2nd and 4. This time we are going to hand off, and look at that move by Bailey. Really nice stuff right there. Able to pick up the 1st down, 1st quarter still, and another handoff here to Bailey, and we're just opening up some big holes right there. Touchdown, Kohler Bluff, Marcus Bailey getting the score right there, and it looks like one of our linemen just ran over a defender post play. That probably would be a flag in real life, but Marcus Bailey with a really nice play right there. And now we come back. Ball State gonna throw this one. RPO, and we can't bring them down. And Ball State uses a very generic font for the back of their end zone, honestly. That's like super generic font. 3rd and 2, though. We're not talking about fonts right now. We are talking about, I made a really bad read right there. 44-yard field goal. We're not going to go for, or we're not going to take that field goal. We're going to try to pick up the 1st down right here. Chili McLawler gets the touchdown. I mean, he barely was able to outrun anyone right there. If he has any headroom to upgrade his speed in the offseason, we will absolutely do that, because this guy's getting run down by MAC people. That is not very good. Getting run down by MAC athletes. This guy is verging on being too slow to play in the MAC. So the CPU must have missed the extra point, so that's very annoying. And we're going to get a sack, though. 3rd and 21 coming up here. It's Becker bringing him down. Cody Becker, our freshman edge rusher right there. So we come back again, and Ball State is going to get some of that yardage back, but they're going to have to settle for a field goal right here. So what do college kickers do? They make field goals that are kind of short from time to time. So a little disappointing that they made that. I would have preferred a miss, but we come back again, and we are going to pick up the 1st down. But there's a flag on the play, and they're looking at one of our linemen. So that means we held. And that is going to back us up 10 yards right there. So that's very disappointing, because we're not an offense that I feel like can handle being backed up 10 yards. And we just throw this one up right there. 3rd and 20. So this is now kind of going really, really bad for us. So we're going to have to figure something out here. 3rd and 20. We don't have too many 3rd and 20 plays in our book here. But here's McBride. McBride is going to pick it all up. 1st and 10. After being in a hole like that, Deshaun McBride picks it up. The Ball State defense was nowhere to be found, and now we're going to run this football. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to pound this football out, chew some clock, and just try to get out of here with a victory. And you see, we're just taking a ton of time off the clock here. Bailey protecting that football. I'm not even hitting turbo at this point in the game. We are just running the football and just trying to, pick up the first down, pick up a couple first downs, and we get the injury timeout cheese. I'm so sick of the injury timeouts at the end of these games. Whatever that is, that needs to be toned down dramatically. But Bailey, again, another nice run, and Bailey into the open field, and now they got to start calling timeouts. They do have the 2-minute warning on their side, so I kind of don't want to score right here. But if we do end up scoring, it's fine, but I prefer to burn all other timeouts and the 2-minute warning. So that's kind of what I want to do. Another run here. Bailey gonna fight we get knocked in there. So smart play on Ball State, because I think they knocked us into the end zone. I don't think we're gonna get in either way, but gonna be 19-10, 20-10 after the PAT. 1st and 10 here. What does Ball State have? And take another little underneath play right there, and we're switching to a zone defense here, which is probably not the best idea, because I have to remember, when you're playing zone defense, you're kind of hoping that they'll catch and then your guys can tackle. My guys can't tackle. I don't know what the hell just happened right there. That was terrible stuff right there. They had them, and then one of my defenders came in and hit-sticked my corner. So that's not great, and they get this touchdown before the 2-minute warning, so they get at least another clock. And that's not even a good ball. I mean, yeah, it looks like our safety hit-sticked our corner, Darius Alexander. So now we have to come back. They are going to go for the onside kick, and we get it. They do have one timeout and the 2-minute warning. So, the 2-minute timeout, excuse me. So they get the 2-minute timeout right there. They can stop the clock one more time with a timeout. And look at that. I'm finally seeing one of our guys. And we get, what did I tell you? We get the injury timeout nonsense. So the clock stops on 3rd and 2. We pick up the first down, though, and that is going to do it right there. We are going to get out of here with a victory. We beat Ball So Hard State University. They didn't ball hard enough today against Kohler, Bluff, as we're going to take this nail down right here. We're going to let all the time we need drip off of that clock, and we're going to pick up our 3rd victory of the season. We're going to be 3-4 here, and we defeat Ball State. Are Ball State fans that shocked when they lose a football game? I have to imagine that's like a normal occurrence at Ball State. It's like, all you do is lose football games. 13-26 for Darius McLean. Not great, not bad, just kind of average, and that's kind of what we need right now. But Marcus Bailey might be the best game he'll have all season. 2 touchdowns, 168 yards. Looks like that Ball State defensive line just could not contain our run game. So we're not going to run into too many teams this season where I can say that. A drop. Chili McLawler with the lone receiving touchdown. Barely was able to get that because he almost got ran down from behind. He is very slow, but he does seem to get open, so maybe he's a good route runner. And we got 1.5 sacks and 1.5 sacks, so if you add that all together, that's 3 sacks on the day for us, if you're good at math, and no turnovers. So we just don't get turnovers. I'm not sure what that's all about. So a little bit of recruiting here still, and we're in a good place here with 2 of those. Actually, we're in a good place with 2 of these 3 stars. I found a 3-star JUCO running back. Again, my logic is we can go after JUCO guys right now because they will fill really good holes on our roster. So we also do have a pipeline with this guy. He's from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. So we can go after these guys and really try to make a run at a lot of them because they will be good, if not as good or better than what we have. So that's why I like, again, Someone would ask, hey, why did you make this roster so bad? It's because of this, because I think now we get a really cool team building aspect of it, because I feel like still in this game, a lot of these lower tier schools, rosters are still a little too high. They're rated just a little too high. A lot of these players probably need to have 5 to 10 overall shaved off of their overalls, in my opinion. So to make it a little more fun, a little bit more of a challenge. And that's what we have right now. Julius Holiday, running back out of Milwaukee, 2-star. We are in the lead on him. So when we come back, we might finish off this first season in our 3rd episode. Not 100% sure. Here we are. We're 7th in the MAC. We are 2-2 in conference play. And we're taking on Buffalo, who are 3-0 in conference play and 5-2 overall. So I hope you've enjoyed this first episode, or the second episode. Hope you've enjoyed this series so far. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next one for more Kohler Bluff Timberwolves Dynasty. Thanks for watching. Peace.